I already talked to all my friends from high school that I want to talk to.
I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Like, probably we'll talk about this in another episode as well, but like friends and all this kind of stuff. But like, my thing is like, don't get me wrong. I've met some really good people in high school, and I have some good friends still from high school. But like, a lot of like my closest friends now that I have though, I met them after high school. Like I met them in university or like other places. So like I have a couple friends, really good ones still from high school. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But like I wouldn't necessarily like go back to high school because a lot of those people like, you know, they're living their lives and whatever, but like I'm just not, I don't feel as connected to them, I guess. And like,
me too.
I just think the big part for
like
me,
I have few select friends. Mm-hmm. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's hard because there's actually quite a little lag between when we're talking. Mm-hmm. But anyway, like the biggest thing for me is I think in high school, you're kind of like just forced to be at the same school as people that live in your area. So like not necessarily people that you might not usually hang out with. Maybe you would in your other, you know, in regular life. But then when you go to university and outside of like high school, it's like you actually get to choose who you spend your time with more. It's not like you're just forced because you're in the same classes and in the same school. It's kind of like now you have the opportunity to find people that really like you really mesh well with. At least that was my experience.
No, I agree completely. Yeah. And I also think like, in high school, you're just kind of in the school. So of course you make friends with your classmates and, you know, whoever's there that you can relate to. And don't get me wrong. Again, I also have, you know, some of my closest friends are from, you know, my high school, but I think that's actually quite rare in a lot of cases. Yeah. And I think a lot of my friends I also made after high school and in university and in my 20s. And so I remember like when I first started high school in like grade 10, one of my teachers was like, I remember she was like high school was one of the best 3 years of my life. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is gonna be the best 3 years of my life. And then and now I'm like, that teacher was dead wrong, at least not in my experience. Definitely not the best 3 years of my life.
Exactly. I have to say, like, looking back at my life, like obviously every moment and every period in the 20s, in your you know, university days, whatever, it has its moments. But if I was comparing like when I was actually in like education, it wasn't high school. It was my time at university that I enjoyed the most, for sure. Like so much more than high school. Like, don't get me wrong, I liked high school. University was intense, but I just like loved it. The people I met, it was so interesting. And like I don't know, even the stuff that you're studying in some respects, because it was so much more like, I feel like advanced and you know, really opened your mind to like different theories and all this kind of stuff. It's like, it was actually really stimulating. So for me, that was like and the parties and everything. It was just so much fun.
It's like, well, I guess like not everyone goes to university. So maybe for those people, like high school would be like the best time of their lives. I don't know. But I think, you know, a lot of people, especially when you're in high school, you just think like, oh my God, like this is your whole life. This is like everything that you know. But there's so much out like after high school that is like.
So much.
Yeah.
So,